what the gram say, we made it. Fuck what your Twitter say, we made it. Hey, fuck what these hoes say, we made it. Hey, fuck what these niggas say, we made it. Hey, gon' pick your diamond color, my baby.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Wayne from Run It Down, and welcome back to the channel. I just want to take some time to thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so check it right. The boy doing things, aka baby boy, aka the big-hearted bad guy, aka the bucket hat king, aka, you guys know who I'm referring to, A-Reece. And guys, this nigga has achieved so much success over the course of his rapping career, but with good reason though. From becoming one of the youngest rappers at just 19 years old, winning Lyricist of the Year at the SA Hip Hop Awards off the strength of his debut album Paradise, to becoming the third most streamed rapper in SA on Spotify during 2018, as well as having all his tracks from Reece Effect chart in the iTunes top 20, gaining millions of streams. I mean, it's clear he's achieved a lot. I also find it crazy that this dude will be trending the most on Twitter, and yet he's usually not the subject or topic of conversation. But love him or hate him though, it's obvious he has everyone's attention. But why is that though? So going in depth into how much of a musician he really is, you get to realize that so many elements play a role into his success and how he's managed to achieve it. Coming up from the streets of Pretoria, the boy was clearly destined to rap, with his older brother PJ introducing him to various artists such as 50 Cent and Kanye West, that inspired him to pursue his dream of actually becoming a rapper himself. He's a student of the game, and I guess that's what separates him from the rest, as he's constantly learning, constantly evolving, always exploring new sounds and expanding his range as an artist. I mean, there's constant growth in his sound, and his output level is continuous. He's managed to reach different heights within the game. With each of his releases, he's managed to fuse the elements of the underground and the commercial, achieving mainstream success. But Reece's success is no coincidence, but rather a culmination of various key factors that he's constantly exhibited throughout his career. I mean, the first factor which has allowed Reece to reach new heights within the game is clearly his consistency, guys. Since he first appeared on the SA hip hop scene, he's managed to stay relevant year by year and has showed no signs of slowing down. It's been 5 years since his Cutaways EP, and he's managed to give us new material each consecutive year, non-stop. Majority of rappers nowadays, especially in SA, which I find to be a serious problem, will release a project and disappear the next without any explanation or notion of returning, or even just promoting whatever offering they just put out. Yeah, we're getting the music, but what's the move after that? What's your next step? I understand that fans need a period to actually live with the music, but if there's no plan to promote or even follow up with something new, don't be surprised when fans move on to the next hottest thing. What makes Reece so successful is that he doesn't conform to this trend, as he believes in feeding the fans that support him crazy. Guys, just in 2018, we were gifted
Depo,
One Big Up Yourself 2, and I'm Only 21, as well as L3, Long Lost Letters. That in itself just shows the level of consistency he has. But some of you guys are probably of the mindset quality over quantity, and you might be right, but if you're able to give us good music at a constant rate, then that shouldn't even be a topic of conversation. By always managing to give us something new, whether it be an EP, a single, or even one of his throwaway tracks on SoundCloud, at the end of the day, he's putting something out, and I think it's safe to say that we as fans appreciate that, and it definitely contributes towards his success. I believe that in order to have longevity within the game, you need to have a consistent work rate, a consistent output level, And guys, I cannot stress this enough. Consistency is so essential. And that's what Reece has managed to portray throughout his whole career, despite any challenges he might be facing. I mean, the boy never stops working, and he hasn't shown any signs of ever slowing down. We're still anticipating Paradise 2, the album, and the joint tape he has coming with US rapper Joey Fats. Not to mention the alleged joint project he has coming with PJ. Hey, guys, if that project is in the works, I'm probably anticipating that one the most. But hey, let's wait and see, I guess. So moving along, we also have to talk about his evolution as a rapper within the game, which has contributed towards his success immensely. Reece has demonstrated different sounds with each of his releases, allowing for the music to tell a different story each time. I believe that if there's no growth in your music, and most importantly growth in you as an individual, then eventually it's only a matter of time till your sound and your subject matter begins to sound repetitive and essentially boring. I mean, am I lying in saying that the Reece who gave us Paradise is definitely not the same Reece who gave us Today's Tragedy, Tomorrow's Memory? I mean, of course it isn't, because it's a thing of he allows his own experiences and what he goes through to speak within the music. With Paradise, he was chasing that commercial sound in order to achieve mainstream success. But in all fairness, like, he was still trying to get put on, trying to be acknowledged for his skill level and talent for making music. So I don't blame him for taking that approach. At the end of the day, though, it was still really good music with tracks like Paradise, What You In For, Family with PJ and Amanda Black, Zimbali and Mgani. Those tracks were fire. It's clear that he was more focused on chasing a hit, with the tracks having catchy hooks and dope fun bars, but he still didn't deviate from his true self, as he was still able to be introspective in his storytelling. So with his departure from Ambitious, it seemed as if a weight had been lifted off the boy's shoulders. With the newfound freedom, it was quite apparent that the blueprint for chasing a hit was thrown out the window. Gone are the days when mainstream success was the main goal. But with the release of From Me to You and Only You, it was apparent that he was more carefree with the music he was creating, less focused on bars, and more on his melodies and the subject matter, whilst concentrating on how the tracks sound sonically. Also, it was a big step up in the actual production of the music, recruiting the likes of Zucci, Coke Dope, and Mash Beats. I mean, I really enjoyed this album because it was the thing of he was showing how versatile he was, also making music that was also making music that we as fans could relate to, where you could end up finding yourself reliving what he's saying and relating it to your own experiences. Like, there was a lot of growth, like, shown in this album, with him maturing as an individual and how his sound matured as well. We all know Reece can rap, but he proved to us that he could actually make dope ass music while still being introspective and true to himself, making music that can stand the test of time. We then had the release of Reece Effect, where he finally realizes his position within the hip hop scene in SA, where he acknowledges that he has achieved some sort of a success in his own rights and what that level of success brings with it. With tracks like Fear No Man and Strange Habits, the boy has clearly achieved a lot, and he recognizes that the fame and fortune is part of his everyday life now. I mean, he did tell us that he turned balling into a habit. I messed with that track. We also had tracks like Responsibilities, We Both Know Better, fire track, and Last Resort, where he acknowledges that it isn't just him now. He has a partner in his life where he recognizes that they go through their ups and downs, but no matter what, they end this together. So we can see a shift in his mentality, because just a few years back, it was a thing of making bands and getting with countless of girls, whereas in this album, he's coming to his own and he shows a lot of maturity and vulnerability. Reece has shown a lot of growth, and that change is a key factor to his success as one of the top artists right now. So fast forward to now, and it's safe to say that Reece isn't the same rapper we were introduced to. He's evolved before our very own eyes, guys. He's gotten better with each passing year, where he's managed to improve his sound, better his pen level, as well as expand his music creating capabilities. I feel as if everything Reece has experienced, learned, and achieved throughout his whole career was fused into this one project. Today's tragedy, tomorrow's memory symbolize self-reflection as well as inward thinking, where we get the opportunity to listen to Reece's feelings, opinions, and views on everything he's experienced. Now more than ever, like, I feel as if we as listeners resonated so much with the music because it was relatable and understandable. Reading through his interview with Clash, Reece expressed that when my father passed away, his death put me in a dark and isolated place. It felt like my journey was starting to lack purpose. I was struggling to write, let alone even think of music. Until one day, after having a conversation with an old friend, he told drowning in all this sorrow won't help. I had to continue working. Someone in the world is going through the same thing, or even worse, and my music could be their cure. To me, that meant and signified something deeper, that today's tragedy is ultimately tomorrow's memory. Damn, guys, that's deep. That's deep for real. So it's clear that it's beyond fame and fortune now. It's more about meaning and subject matter. His evolution as a man, let alone as a musician, is immense. The level of growth and maturity he has displayed is more than what most rappers display in their entire career. With all the meaning behind this tape, you can tell Reece put a lot of work into it. From the nostalgic samples and the dark production, to the focus on his bars and pen level now more than ever. His love within the game and achievements are all byproducts of his constant growth and evolution as a rapper, as well as a musician. So finally, guys, the last factor that makes Reece so successful is his ability to stay true to himself. The moment he became independent was the moment he didn't have to fake being himself anymore, or at least be someone else the label wanted him to be. It's to the point where he's able to move on his own time, move at his own pace, and plot his next move out within his own time frame. The fact that he doesn't owe nobody any favors adds to the mystery that is Reece. The whole thing of chasing features is not a thing for this nigga. It's to the point where my man won't even answer the phone for anyone unless he fucks with you. You don't ever really see him involved in any drama, and I respect that nowadays. Niggas want the clout and attention, where the easiest way is usually to be involved in drama and beef. And whether it's intentional or not, like, bullshit draws in views. Reece doesn't give in to the nonsense, but rather lets the music speak for itself. I mean, do you ever really hear the boy speak at all? Especially recently, he's become an enigma at this point, where you have fans always dissecting his bars, coming up with their own theory as to why he said such and such. It's to the point where unless he publicly comes out to clarify some shit, we'll always be speculating on what was said, which only adds to his mystique and definitely contributes towards his success at this point. So yeah, guys, that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed the entire video. Let me know what you guys think about Reece's success and whether these factors have contributed towards it in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like, hit that bell notification while you're at it, and definitely subscribe. So on to the next one. Peace.